We're on the road. Where transportation goes, community grows. Welcome to On the Road with the MTA. And welcome to another edition of On the Road with the MTA. I'm Jay Gibbons alongside with Stephanie Kay from the MTA. How is Stephanie doing today?
I'm doing much better because it's warming up finally.
Well, you know, it's still only the end of January, February, you know. So
I know. It's Michigan.
Expect cold stuff.
Well, you never know. When it's Michigan, anything could happen. I mean, I've seen 4 seasons in one day before.
Yes, it's amazing.
Yeah, the sunshine was nice and hot and nice and warm, and then it got cold and it rained and it turned to ice. It was freezing rain. And what?
Yep,
I know.
That's Michigan. If you don't like it, just wait 10 minutes. It's sure to change.
This is so true. And with that comes sometimes danger, like you could slip and fall. You could get in a car accident because of the icy roadways.
Yep.
You just don't know when a disaster might show its nasty little face, or even somebody might need CPR. And that's why I'm so glad to introduce you to our guest today.
Yay!
It is Dr. Aisha Harris, and she works with the it's the Harris Family Health Center that she created. So we have her on, and she's going to be giving classes about how to prepare for disasters. So thank you and welcome and for joining us, Dr. Aisha Harris. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. It's a great opportunity to share what's going on and just have a real connection with the community through this podcast.
It is because people can listen to this for anything in the community that might be free, beneficial, or helpful. And what you're doing is all of the above. It's a free event that's going to have food provided, and it's going to be teaching people how to prepare for disasters, learning CPR, which that can be very expensive. I took CPR classes.
So did I.
Did you too?
Yes.
Could you still do it?
Yes.
Did you learn by staying alive, like singing the song when you were doing it?
You could do that. I just remember 30 and 2, yeah, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, now, Dr. Harris, tell us how you started this Harris Family Health and why you wanted to do this.
Yeah, no, thank you. So I am a family doctor. I am originally from Flint, did my training in DC and Chicago before coming back here in 2020. And so as I was practicing and found a lot of challenges just providing quality care to my patients, I wanted to do something different. And that's where opening up my own clinic, Harris Family Health, came about. It is Flint's first direct primary care clinic. And for those who don't know what that is, it's a membership-based clinic where I provide comprehensive, quality, affordable, accessible, personalized, anything that you can think of primary care that helps improve health outcomes to adults and children. And so it's my way of enhancing and improving the doctor-patient relationship by having less other things in the background and more direct kind of communication and relationships with my patients.
Well, it sounds like you really do care about the people in this community. I mean, to provide this for free, it's got to cost you something. So, wow, thank you for doing this for everybody out there. This is very important. Now, the classes that you're offering, the class is totally free for this?
Yeah, so the classes came about from a grant from the Greater Flint Health Coalition with their Health Equity Council. And so they want to help address kind of COVID disparities, COVID inequities related to the pandemic and the aftermath. And so my thought and proposal was to help prepare people in real time by giving them the knowledge and skills that would help save them in any type of emergency, both medical and environmental. And so that's where these emergency preparedness classes came about. I wanted to mix my passion of medicine and health with kind of the reality that there are a lot of different type of emergencies out there, whether it's a snowstorm, a flood, a fire, anything, another pandemic, hopefully not, cross our fingers. But I wanted to help people feel more empowered about what was happening and what they could do in a case of emergency. And that's where this class came about.
I do like that idea. I know you have a lot of sponsors. MTA is proud to be a sponsor as well because this is a very important issue, and we're glad you're doing this. Do you have a location? Is there a location that you can where you can find the Harris Family Health?
Yes. So my clinic, Harris Family Health, is located in the North Bank Center on Saginaw Street, but the classes are actually located in different sites across Flint. And so there's going to be 3 different classes, 2 in February, 1 in March, February 16th, 27th, and March 13th. 1 at the Hasselbring Senior Center, 1 at Higher Quality of Life Ministries, and 1 at the Metropolitan Baptist Church. And so the hope was to be out in the community and reach people where some of the largest and unfortunately, some of the most unfortunate COVID disparities occurred, to hopefully give them some more skills and assets for anything that may happen in the future.
And it looks like the classes are about 2 hours each, because on February 16th, when you're going to be at Hasselbring, there's going to be a time from 1 to 3 for that one. And then on February 27th, that's from 5 until 7 in the evening for those that can only make the evening ones. And there's also another evening one as well, March 13th, from 6:30 until 7:30 at the Higher Quality Life Ministries. So you've made it a nice time for all. So it can fit in if it's 1 to 3, 5 to 7, 6:30 to 8:30. That's very helpful. Yeah. And if they have more questions, if they want to know more about this or they want to register, it looks like the phone number is 810-214-0075. And you also have a website. And what is that? Or an email?
Yes. So they can also email outreach@harrisfamilyhealth.com as my general kind of outreach email for my clinic, as well as just go to harrisfamilyhealth.com and check out kind of the events, and you can learn more about these classes there.
Well, spaces are limited, so they better sign up right away to get those spots. I mean, how many spots do you think you have per class?
So it's maximum probably 25, 30 spots per class.
Okay.
With each class, there's going to be food provided, but it's also just like a spacing limitation regarding the CPR mannequins and all the other kind of things that we're bringing.
My gosh, that's also expensive. It all takes a lot of planning, because I had that in college and I know how much goes into that. I'm really proud of you for doing all this and very impressed that you're offering it.
So there's more than just CPR, right? There's like prepare for disasters as well?
Yeah, so part of the challenge with CPR training is it's an 8-10 hour training if you're getting fully certified. Mm-hmm. But my hope and desire is to expose as many people to CPR, because of the crises that happen in the community are mostly occurring outside of the hospital. And the more people who know CPR, even in its basic form, the more lives we can change. But the class will include a intro to CPR as far as chest compressions and the general idea of when someone's found down, basic first aid skills as far as recognizing heart attack, recognizing strokes, knowing what to do if someone's bleeding, but also environmental preparedness skills as far as a guide to know what to do in a tornado, a blackout, a storm, and including also a starter emergency preparedness kit that will get people a good idea of what they should have always in their home just in case.
It is so beneficial, because my boyfriend's father had passed away and he was trying to give him CPR. And to this day, he still has so much guilt because he wasn't doing CPR correctly. Mm-hmm. He was afraid he was going to break his dad's ribs if he did it too hard, so he didn't do it hard enough. Yeah. And unfortunately, his father didn't survive. I don't know if he would have with or without that, but just knowing how far you can press down and how much you should be doing is so helpful to know that. Yep. Have you ever had to give it, Jay?
I've never had to give CPR on a dummy, yes, but not for in real life, thankfully.
Same here. Same here, but it's good to know. It's good to know. And even that, even the Heimlich maneuver, just those little things to know how to do that. Yep. And you don't know when a disaster might hit. I just went to a lecture about that huge tornado we had in Beecher. People didn't know it was going to hit. You know, there can be disaster at any point. Yep. And to have this knowledge is so just valuable. So thank you for offering this.
Yeah, no problem. And one of the things I want people to recognize is with the environmental changes, the climate changes, we are going to have more things happening that we aren't prepared for. And so just being better equipped at your home and in your families as far as planning is going to be really essential for the future.
Well, I see that you're also offering an emergency preparedness kit, and a guide is included with these classes.
Yeah, so people won't have to, they can write notes and things, but they will all go home with a preparedness kit and a guide that will hopefully be in a easy to access place when they need it, and they can review it and be prepared in that way.
So have you started signing people up already?
We started the process as far as advertising and marketing, and we have some people, because it's 3 dates, it's all kind of scattered as far as the signups. We have plenty of room for all the dates right now, and would love for more people to learn the medical and environmental emergency preparedness skills.
Well, I think it's so valuable. I'm going to put it on Facebook, and we have 3 different Facebook pages. We have one for MTA, and I have one for my own, Stephanie K. Confer, and we also have one for the Friends of Public Transportation.
And I have one too.
Oh, will you please share it on yours?
Yes, I will do that.
Thank you.
I love that. I appreciate that.
Yes, and we'll put it on Twitter, and I'll put it on LinkedIn, and I'll put everywhere I can possibly find a spot for it. And that's where you'll also hear this podcast back to Dr. Harris. So that's going to be playing along with it. And I'll make sure I post a picture of the flyers. They can sign up for it.
No, that'd be great. Thank you.
Is there a deadline that they have to actually register by a certain date?
Right now, there's no deadline. It's kind of a first come, first serve. We're hoping that majority of the people who come do sign up because of just the food count. But people will be able to check in the day before to see if there is space if they weren't able to sign up because of scheduling or just not knowing about it beforehand.
So people that are not familiar with where these locations are, the Hasselbring Senior Center, is that in the Flushing area?
So all of these places are in the north side of Flint.
Okay.
So the 48504, 48505 kind of areas. I don't have their exact addresses.
That's okay, but everybody is invited, correct? There's no limit. There's no
everyone is invited. The hope overall is for this to be a pilot initiative, and that I can keep doing it and getting more and more people kind of exposed to, especially the CPR aspect, and just having an emergency preparedness plan. Because a lot of people only take CPR if they have to, with school work related.
And how about an age limit? Is there a certain age that may be too young, or do you have to be 16 or 18? Is there an age limit to this?
Right now, the it's all open to adults. If there is a teenager that is interested in, their parent or guardian has to also be there, because we just don't have the personnel to also watch children.
So you consider an adult 18 and over, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
All right. Well, I just think it's a tremendous opportunity for anybody to learn this. I'm like a sponge when it comes to knowledge, and you could actually save somebody's life.
Yep.
To be prepared and be ready. Yes, this is great. So it's an emergency preparedness class, and it's held through the Harris Family Health area. And that we just thank you so much, Dr. Aisha Harris, for giving us your time and your expertise and your experience to help teach others how to save lives.
No, thank you for having me. I appreciate the opportunity to just share the information and get it out there more and more. And those who are interested in learning more can always contact me through email or phone number. But I'm happy to teach more in the community and do more health outreach.
And let's give that number and that email one more time.
So the email and number for the emergency preparedness classes are 810-214-0075. And the email is outreach@harrisfamilyhealth.com.
Well, I hope you have a full class for each one of these, because people need to hear it.
Yep.
And they can save their own lives.
Thank you.
The life you save could be your own. You never know, for sure. Well, thank you again, Dr. Harris. We appreciate you joining us. And please tune in every week, as we do this every single week.
Yep.
And it's always something good, free, beneficial in the community. Right, Jay?
Absolutely. And if you want to be on the podcast, or if you got questions, all you got to do is just drop us an email at podcasts@mtaflint.org.
And we will have you on as well.
Absolutely.
And we hope you keep listening. Thank you for that. And please bring us any information you might have that's valuable for others. And thank you for listening. Please be safe.
You've been listening to On the Road with the MTA. For more information on our services and community outreach, visit us online anytime at www.mtaflint.org. And be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. The MTA, your community, your connection, your way.